So I've stumbled onto this idea that probably already exists, but I haven't heard of it, so I figured I'd share it with all of you. It's a new way of thinking about characters. We can use this for examining ones we like, or to help us develop characters for our own writing projects. I'm calling it character songs. And I really don't mean ascribing existing songs to characters. That I know is a thing. I mean... Okay, I'll explain, just give me a minute. The My Hero Academia OPs for Season 7 are freaking fire, man. So I was looking up English covers, and I found one by this guy. Awesome song, the hero is trying to save the villain from himself. But it's this great concept of the battle happening as music. And there's a point the song goes, our melodies intertwine, but the sound of your song is only screams. First of all, chef's kiss to that. But this is what I mean by a character's song. I've thought of this before, but this is what made it hit home. See, you can take it two different ways. A song the character creates in their actions, and a song the character plays in their soul. And they're not always the same. Now, for Shigaraki, it totally works both ways. He's a force of horror causing screams, but he's also screaming himself on the inside. So let's think about another character that would have two contrasting songs. The best example that came to mind for me was Master Chief. If his actions had a song, it would be some kind of triumphant hard rock. But if his soul had a song, it would be much more solid, slower, probably good use of percussion and strings. Another example could be MCU Thanos. His actions would be a song of fury, heavy percussion and brass. His soul would be chaotic, contrasting instrument sounds moving at different tempos, but still a sort of melody. In Arcane, Jinx's actions would be totally aggressive punk rock, but her soul would be discordant, with shifting tempos, yet have undertones of sadness you can just barely hear for the most part. So this is what I mean. I want to know what are some of your favorite characters and what would their songs be like. You can give me actual songs that fit them too if you want, but I'm more curious about their general theme, the tempo, the instruments, the rhythm, the genre. Some characters have theme songs that work just fine, but it doesn't always work out that way. Like the Imperial March from Star Wars is iconic and inextricable from Darth Vader. But would you think that's what his soul sounds like? Or when the rebels see him, that's what they feel? Nah, his soul would alternate between slow sadness and deep, rapid anger, while his actions, well, slow and creepy, turning into a wild frenzy of strings. But by all means, disagree with me. That's part of the fun of this exercise. Now, writers and artists, let's apply this to our own characters. I have a character named Lana Rose, a no-nonsense spellcasting detective. She's quiet confidence through and through, but also guarded, almost like her confidence is a shield. So her actions would be those kind of quirky sounds like when Monk investigates a scene, turning into intense strings like hanging on a precipice when things get dicey. Her soul would be more like loss and a fear of failure. Something quiet but steady, like coming home different than when you left. Some drums like a heartbeat. I have another sci-fi pirate-like character whose soul would probably be some kind of pop song with dark undertones. Their actions would be a dark techno remix of the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. My friend has a character named Seamus, and his character song... My friend cited the swimming song, which she describes as a sort of sarcasm piece. A type of song where there's subtle contrast between the tone and the lyrics and the tempo, which creates a sound that's both fully happy and not so happy at the same time. This reflects Seamus's inner struggles and reinterprets the swimming as a sort of metaphor for surviving life. Another friend had an interesting idea of two best friends with songs intertwining, and with similar themes, being upbeat and maybe even humorous. But one character's song has a more gloomy quality to represent his fears, while the other has a crescendo for action. My soul would be, I think, melancholic strings accompanied by harmonious angelic vocals with rising and falling drums in the background, while my actions would be like a cat walking on a piano. So yeah, I've seen some media show off what a person's soul looks like. Tanjiro here, the Dresden Files does this sometimes, but what does their soul sound like? And what music do they make through their actions? This is just a fun exercise I wanted to share with all of you. I hope you like it and absolutely leave some comments for what comes to mind for your favorite characters. So that's it for now, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to comment and like. I'll see you later.